Hey guys, cheers. It is Wine Wednesday. Last week was so much fun, so I thought I would do it again this week. And in week 2, we're already on the road because we're here in Greensboro, North Carolina, and we already have a guest, Mattie-Lou Chandler.
Hi.
Mattie-Lou works for the PGA Tour with me as well, formerly with No Laying Up.
No Laying Up.
Outkick the coverage.
Outkick. All the sports.
Yeah.
Lots of sports.
Lots of sports. We've been in the industry for a while, and I know you guys see me on camera, and especially whenever I'm out here, on site, on the road, you see me, but what you don't see is that Mattie-Lou helps me get those players to do things on video. So Mattie-Lou does a lot behind the scenes. She is one of the hard workers for us here on tour.
No, thank you. You're probably giving me a little too much credit. But yes, it's fun to round up the players, like today for Heads Up. I mean, and we did that a few times, and that's always fun. It's fun to get them to interact with each other and to do things, and versus the normal media that y'all see them in at a press conference, and it's fun for them too, and they like it. I think they'd much rather play Heads Up, which Bud Colley and them were very good at.
They were good at it. I don't know if you guys have ever played Heads Up, but it's like the phone that you put on
We should have played.
We should have played Heads Up. And we actually had players guessing other players today here at the Wyndham Championship. This is a pivotal event this week. And also, we want you guys to submit your questions. So ask us. It doesn't even have to be golf. It could be career-related.
How do you travel? How do you pack? I'm not the one for packing advice. Teryn's a lot better at that than me.
Pretty good at packing. But we're literally in our hotel room right now, my hotel room. So this is life on the road, folks. We do Wine Wednesday. And
we do Wine Wednesday. That's why my hair's not done, because that's real life on the road, and I was exhausted.
It was hot today. It was really hot today.
So hot.
But tell people what you do.
So what I do every week is I help create player digital content. So I'm getting the players to do different forms of media, whether it's building their own personal social pages or helping Teryn, if there's a social media hub, getting them for that. There is some radio on the side. You can occasionally hear my voice on Sirius XM. Go listen to Inside the Ropes. Great show.
It is a good show.
But that's what I do, and it varies. Every day's different, which is exciting, and cube life was not for me, and so it's fun to be out on the course dealing with the elements, whether that's a withdrawal and we're moving things around, or a certain player can't do this, or it's smothering humidity like today.
Today was really hot.
It's so hot, but it's good, and it's exciting this week too, being with the different players and the bubble watch, and I hate to say bubble boys, but that's what it is, and it's interesting, and you get invested, and
it's a really big week. I know last week we talked on Wine Wednesday about the last major championship of the season, the PGA Championship, but this is a huge week because this is the last regular season event before the FedEx Cup playoffs begin.
Right.
And so these guys, the top 125 move on to the FedEx Cup playoffs. Not only do you get in the playoffs, but that means that your job on the PGA Tour, your PGA Tour card is secured for the next season. So if you don't make it in that top 125, then you're likely going to have to go back to the Web.com Tour Finals to secure your card for next season. So this is a big week for some guys.
It's such a big week, and I think it's hard to remind people, and people don't realize, when they see it on TV, that every putt counts, or every stroke counts every week, especially towards the end when you're trying to get those last few FedEx Cup points to move into the 125. And I mean, it's their livelihood. It's these guys' jobs, and sometimes it's hard to watch.
It is. We've got some people joining in on the conversation. Thanks for sending in your questions.
I know.
John says, do we find it challenging to eat well when we are on the road so much? It is challenging. You should have seen, go on my Instagram story. You will see what we just ate before Wine Wednesday. We literally had spinach artichoke dip, salsa, and chicken fingers. Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's hard.
It's really hard, and I think I eat better when I'm not on the road, but it's doable.
It is doable. You have to work at it. You really have to make the right choices. Sometimes you have to track down certain foods, go out of your way to make it happen. I mean, today, for example, I had a salad bar with some chicken on it, and it was all right. I mean,
But you had the greens. Instead, I had the key lime ice cream sandwich because I missed lunch running around tracking down players. And it was a phenomenal ice cream sandwich if you ever have the graham cracker cookie with the key lime ice cream in the middle.
So good. I'm such a...
But I'll say this. I think you have to work out on the road, and trying to keep that in balance is hard. But then we walk a lot during the day.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't have my Fitbit on today, which I feel like my steps didn't even count. But normally,
count.
I mean, there's some days you'll hit 20+ thousand steps. So, yes, it's hard, but everything in moderation. And with the exception of Wine Wednesday, I try really hard to do water weekdays.
Water weekdays are good.
Wine in moderation, even though I love it.
Yes,
but
wine.
Cheers for wine.
Sauvignon Blanc is what we're drinking tonight. I like it. Just one glass, though.
One glass is fine.
One glass is good enough for Wine Wednesday. But it's good. I mean, you're right. I try and get up and work out in the morning. We're not the only ones, not just people in sports media, but a lot of people overall, have issues with traveling and trying to stay healthy. Yeah. We've got Robert joining in. Phil.
Hi, Phil.
Oh, we want to bring Wine Wednesday back to Jacksonville. Sure. William Hill. This is from the hotel. I'm not really sure what they gave us.
But you should all go drink William Hill wine. Tour first.
PGA Tour first. Let's do that. But, yeah, it's difficult, but it's fun hard. At the same time.
But I think it's good, and we talk about it, too, having girls' nights on the road. There's not a lot of girls that travel with us, and so we keep each other in check with Amanda, too. When we're on the road and traveling, you have to have the buddy system. Helps.
Yeah. John's asking more questions. We love your questions, John. He says... Oh, yes. I did write in my blog this week about bringing a book. I always travel with a book.
Yes.
I'm such a book nerd. And you have to, have something to occupy yourself when you get back, from work. Just like you do at home, but it's even more isolating sometimes when you travel on the road. Sometimes it can be a little lonely or it's a lot of work. So you have to find a way to decompress and find a little time for yourself. So... I always bring a book. The book that I'm reading right now is called She Reads Truth, and it's actually sort of a religious book. I'm kind of
but I have their app, and I've had it for about a year and read it every morning, and it's great on the road. It kind of keeps you sane.
It's a great way to have a positive and uplifting message each day, but it's a great book.
Hi, William.
Hey. What's your favorite stop on the PGA Tour schedule? You can
go first because
favorite stop to go to for work would be Wyndham this week has been great. This is my first time here at Wyndham.
Wyndham's been great.
It's been great so far. Excited to see how competition goes this week. I love Travelers Championship, and I think it's because I've gotten so lucky. I've been only 2 years, 2 different seasons to the Travelers Championship, and I've witnessed Jim Furyk's 58 and Jordan Spieth's crazy epic hole out from the bunker to win in a playoff against Daniel Berger. So I don't know how much you can really top that, but
you can't. If we're going non-exciting finishes, not that they aren't all exciting. I love Riviera. Riviera is always at the top of my list. Yeah. It's beautiful. Pebble, I think it's, but I'm not going to count Pebble. I'm going to take it out because it's a celebrity pro-am, and Pebble is just Pebble. There's no...
I did Torrey Pines this year, and that was beautiful.
That is really pretty.
If we're going West Coast.
My favorite hidden gem is Reno.
I was not
necessarily
there,
the town. The course is one of my favorites.
I saw, of course I saw it on TV covering, the television coverage. It was beautiful, and I was seeing pictures from our fellow staff members on the PGA Tour, and they were just phenomenal.
It's so much fun. I was crushed I wasn't there this year, but I love it.
Yeah.
It's a secret, and you can make Reno fun. We went and played carnival games one night. It got a little out of control.
It can be fun. He wants to know if we're collecting anything from a stop. Any special memorabilia you come home with.
This is a bad habit I've gotten into. I really like to get stuff from the actual club.
Yeah.
With their logo, and I have a quarter zip collection of pullovers for in the morning.
That's an expensive habit.
It is. It's not great. But I love my pullovers.
Hey.
I've started switching to tank top polos. But I did get a really cute one from Quail last week.
Pullovers are key because, you guys were all, it's called the media center. We all basically have a central location with Wi-Fi and internet and, an outlet for all of us there with the media to go to. It's called the media center. Imagine that, called the media center. And it is always cold.
It is an icebox in there.
Always freezing in the media center, which is nice because
it's miserable outside.
Yeah, it's always so hot. We work outside in the summer and everything, so it's great, but you definitely need a jacket in there. I don't necessarily from every single venue. Every now
Sometimes
and then
I'll get a golf ball that has the logo if I don't cave to a quarter zip.
Every now and then I'll do a golf ball. I have kept a lot of my credentials from just all of the sports, all of the sporting events that I've covered over the years. I have a giant box full of them. I've seen different people do collages in their basement and such, and I need to figure out eventually what to do with them. I've got a lot of awesome tickets and stuff, World Series, Cotton Bowl, that kind of stuff. I need to do something.
My credentials I had in Dallas, so fun fact, I moved from Dallas officially completely at the end of May, and all of my stuff is still in storage there, except for my clothes.
What we do to make it in this
business. I know, right? But I had dress form lamps, and all of my credentials were around the neck of my dress form. One of them, not both of them. And now they're just sitting on the bar in my house in just a big pile, and it's driving me insane because something has to be, the OCD, something's got to be done with it.
Yeah, but that's kind of what I've been collecting over the years, which for us at the PGA Tour, we just get one credential for the entire year, so I don't have necessarily one from each tournament.
Right. Some tournaments will give you an additional one that I'll keep.
Hey, Paul, best hotel.
I was asked this the other day. I loved the JW Marriott in Santa Monica for Riviera.
I mean, yeah, that's always nice.
I know. I'm excited for Mayakoba this year.
I, at the RSM Classic in Sea Island last year, I stayed at a place, basically, there's not a whole lot of, chain hotels. It's a lot of,
boutiques,
condos, and not necessarily bed and breakfast, but kind of bed and breakfast. So I stayed in one right off the beach, and it was awesome. It was gorgeous. Really? I don't even know the name of it.
Sea Island's great. Anything.
Small. Yeah, it's so quaint and so cute.
Anything there is great.
It's so small town but beachy, and
perfect.
I loved it. That is another one to add to the stops that I like.
Yes.
Sea Island was good.
It's just close to us. It
is close to us. Sea Island, Georgia.
It's almost like a staycation.
It is. It's only an hour and a half away from Jacksonville, Florida, our headquarters. So, yeah, it's pretty cool.
I don't know. I've gotten really bad about only trying to stick with one hotel for the points.
Yeah, you have to do that. if you travel
as much as we do,
you have to stick with a certain hotel to rack up those points, and then hopefully
it's
maybe
crucial
use them for yourself. When you get a chance to travel just for yourself, which is not often.
Not often. Also with airline miles, that stays the same. I just recently started getting my first bag free, and it was a really big deal.
Yeah.
I get excited. And I'm upgraded tomorrow, too, so yay.
That's another thing I try and do. He asked about collecting things from tournaments. Yeah. This is kind of off base, but I try and always try a fun restaurant everywhere I go. I really like food. You have to still be conscious of what you're putting in your body when you're on the road, but you can splurge 1 or 2 nights.
Well, we're all pretty good about trying to find...
You can still eat healthy, semi-healthy-ish. I like good seafood, so you take
good seafood is great.
Place. It's not too bad for you.
Amanda and I went Monday night, and the Sea Island contingent of players was also there, so we weren't the only ones going on a gluttonous rampage to Hop's Burgers here. Ooh. And had the spicy goat, and she had the North Carolinian, which had fried egg, pimento cheese, and fried green tomato. It's really easy to stay healthy on the road, can't you? It was so good.
One of our fans wants to know, how is Greensboro? Greensboro is fun.
It's cute. Biscuitville, big fan.
There's one across the street from the hotel here.
You gotta go try it. I had French toast sticks. They were great.
At Biscuitville, you got French toast.
Yeah, I did.
Biscuits?
I didn't. Amanda got a biscuit. She said it was really good.
Well, that's good. That's
I'm
good.
a sucker for a good
We're going to a minor league game tomorrow. Deke says hello from Australia.
Oh, wow. Hi.
Who's our pick for the Solheim Cup? Loyalties aside.
Ooh.
This is going to be fun. I love team competition.
Team competition's very fun.
Our President's Cup is right around the corner.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, you're right, Deeks. We got to put our loyalties aside. I want to say U.S., of course. But they've had some injuries, and Lexi is battling
sick.
The flu or something. Some kind of bug.
I think there's 2 of them that have it.
Yeah, there's no... Pressel I think, has an injury.
Oh, okay. I thought the flu was going
on.
on.
PGA Tour. Forgive us, we cover the PGA Tour.
Kenny,
hey Kenny, he wants to know if we're going to stay for the PGA Championship next year. So the PGA Championship is in St. Louis next year. That's where I'm from.
Right.
And he wants to know if we're going to stay at the Lemp Mansion, which is like
I have no idea what that is.
Notoriously haunted old brewery in St. Louis. No, I will not be staying there.
Is it a hotel? Or is it just a brewery?
Yeah, so now they've made it a hotel. Like, the family used to live there.
That could be fun. I think we need to do it for a night.
I don't want to do that. I don't like scary movies. I don't
like scary movies either, but I mean, why not? It's like, look, it's something you haven't done in your own
You can go to dinner there. I'll go to dinner there. That's it.
Okay, fine. I'll settle for dinner.
But, yeah, you're going all over the place for playoffs. What are you looking forward to?
I'm a huge museum nerd, and I was really upset at Quicken I didn't get to go do as many museum tours in D.C., just because I think no matter how many times I go back, going to D.C., it never loses. It's special. It's exciting. It's fun. Let's see. New Haven, I went to Yale and did a 3.5-hour tour, and it was phenomenal.
Ooh, that sounds good.
I was like, can I go back to college and go to Yale? I mean, roll tide, I love you, but like, can I go back to Yale? That was really awesome.
I do
just all the history.
For the record, I know Alabama people really don't care about Mizzou, but there's 2 SEC girls sitting on the couch together, working together very well.
Very well.
Yeah. I mean, Mizzou presents absolutely no threat to Alabama, and we're not even in the same division. But.
Yeah, I think it's fair. I don't mind Mizzou. Mizzou's got a great journalism school. Mizzou gave us Wright Thompson, and therefore they will always be golden. And you, Teryn.
Yes, thank you. #1 journalism school in America.
Dan Novell would argue that.
Suzanne Pedersen withdrew from the Solheim Cup today because of injury. Thank you for correcting us there, John.
Yes.
Deke, so who's your pick? Who's your pick for the Solheim Cup? I am digging Michelle Wee's hair this week.
I haven't seen it.
It's kind of like braids with... There's got to be like ribbon or their colors, and with it's pretty,
that's fun.
They're fun. They're super
festive,
fun. And their uniforms are all fun with the.
Can we order those? Like, this is
their
bad.
Shoes were cool.
On like another kind of unrelated note, but team competition, I used to always, when I was younger, get the U.S. gymnasts like leotards because I was a big gymnast. So whatever their leotards were, I had to have the replica. But now I'm in golf, and we're always talking about like different. What are we wearing this week? And it's hard. Like, being a younger girl in golf, there's not a ton of options, but
they're growing, though.
They're growing, and I know we both have our loyalties.
Hi, Evan. Evan says, Happy Wine Wednesday.
Cheers.
Happy Wine
Evan.
Wednesday. Evan, are you having wine? What are you drinking? We has shoes with Swarovski crystals on them. Wow.
Okay, so back to my point.
John,
can we order what they're wearing? Can we get replicas?
You know, the guys, golf, I love golf fashion. I think it's
fun.
And it's gotten a lot more fun lately. Deke says, tough one, but he's thinking the USA just might do it.
I mean, I hope so. I was in Des Moines for Champions Tour you guys, they all run together at this point. Month and a half ago, probably. It's a neat little town. It was the World...
Yeah, Des Moines is neat. I'm from the Midwest. I've been there.
It was the World Pork Expo when I was in town.
Pork is phenomenal.
I didn't get any pork the entire time I was there. It was just all going on, and it was really hard to get a hotel.
This is coming from the girl who went to Biscuitville and got French toast. So
yeah, that's true.
No wonder you didn't get any... Evan says, are we going to be making the trip to New York for the Northern Trust? I'm not positive yet, but you are, aren't you?
I am. I will be there all week as of today now, and I'm pretty excited. I haven't really done anything on Long Island before.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that. That'll be good. I think it should be good. I think we're having Soul Cycle there.
Ooh.
Like a SoulCycle
you
pop-up.
Like a class? Like,
yeah. Like on site.
You going to get on the bike?
Yeah, SoulCycle is my favorite. Well, actually, Zen 22 is my favorite, which is like SoulCycle. It's a Dallas thing. But
I've never done it.
It's fun. I'm sitting here doing the motions. But you dance to the music on the bike instead of just sitting there and spinning.
Just like
and I need something else to like keep me interested.
Lately, going back on staying healthy on the road, lately I've been doing the Tone It Up Girls on Instagram. And they post new workouts every day. They have live workouts every now and then. So you don't even have to think about it. You just are like, okay, I'm doing this today. It's pretty nice.
That is nice.
Barry says not golf related. That's okay. We'll take non-golf related. Favorite wine type. He says he likes Riesling. I will do white or red, but I don't like anything super sweet. So right now we're doing white because it's so hot outside. And this is Sauvignon Blanc, so it's on the drier side for the whites. But
I know, because I brought port wine. Teryn cooked dinner for us. She's like our resident mom who cooked me my first home-cooked meal in Jacksonville. And I was like, you know what, I'll be different. She said she had dessert and everything, so I was like, oh, I'll bring port wine. This will be great. It was the sweetest sugary wine. It was awful.
Couldn't do it. It's like grape juice, basically.
But worse. Like, worse.
Syrupy.
It's very...
almost like cough syrup.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
But sweeter.
It was really bad.
I mean, if you tried, it was a nice thought. It was a gesture.
An effort that counted.
It was a gesture. It was a good gesture. If I'm going red, I like Malbec. It's my favorite.
Yes.
I'll do like a cab or something.
I'm a big bubbles person.
Oh, you like the bubbles?
I like the bubbles.
I'm not a big carbonate. I don't like soda. I'm not a big carbonation kind of person.
I don't do soda. I am addicted to sparkling water.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'll do like a mimosa or something like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'll do bubbles over anything. It's bad.
Like Prosecco or?
Prosecco, rosé.
See, I don't like rosé.
I like certain rosés.
I'm one of those people that doesn't like. I don't know if any girl doesn't
You're not basic.
Oh, well, thank God. You know?
I know, right?
Good question, Barry.
Yes.
But yeah, I don't really drink Riesling much.
No. Okay, so who are you taking this week to win? I know we said we weren't going to get deep into it, but I feel like we have to.
We do have to make some picks here, definitely.
Yes.
So, originally I was like, I think Kiz is going to do it. He's like, okay, I'm fed up with it. I need to do it. But maybe he might be a little tired.
I don't know how he's not tired.
Being in contention like that is so incredibly exhausting. It's so, it's exhausting for your mind.
It's mentally, emotionally, and physically exhausting.
Yeah, it is. And so that kind of worries me a little bit. And maybe he's saving it, for a bigger win in the playoffs or something.
I would love nothing more than for Kiz to just sweep playoffs and win the FedEx Cup. Don't get me wrong, I was thrilled for Justin, and I got to say roll tide to a player in the post round, like presser, and that was super exciting. But
I said roll tide in trending on tour and in the takeaway.
Did you?
Shows. I did say roll tide.
I'm so proud.
I said roll tad.
That's not how we all say it.
Roll tad.
But that's fair. But there was a part of me that was crushed for Kevin, because Kevin and his family are some of the sweetest people on tour.
I love his fire. But yeah, I don't know if it's going to happen for him this week. But
I think he's tired.
Yeah.
I think this is hard. Harold Varner, when Harold gets it in his head, he's under pressure, he's a bubble boy, he goes. And I think he does well under pressure. His birthday was yesterday. He celebrated. He had last week off at home, got to sleep in his own bed.
It's kind of like
and he's been kind of like in there. Like every other week's kind of been like hit or miss. Like
So you're going.
I also like Kevin Tway.
You're going a step that a bubble boy might just.
A bubble boy may come in and break through. I also, Kevin Tway's been playing really well for the most part.
Yeah, it's hard. Like when some people perform really well when they know that they have to squeeze one out.
Right.
But I think it's really interesting that the most that this tournament has ever, pushed into the 125 into the playoffs is 5, and they average 2.5 per season making, jumping up into the 125, which is a very small number, which shows you just how
it's so hard.
important this week is and how so difficult it is to perform each week here on the PGA Tour. Linda says, I'm from Waterloo now and live in Greensboro. Hi, Linda. That's awesome. I'm from Waterloo too.
Oh, you're
That's
from,
my
okay.
hometown. That's my
What's her
hometown.
recommendation here, Linda?
Yeah, Linda, do you have any recommendations? Ellie, hey Ellie, she says, if players don't make it in the 125, do they get to play the last few web.com tournaments to keep their card? Yes, they do. They play in the web.com tour finals.
Yes.
If you're between 125 and 200, you play in the web.com tour finals to earn your card or some sort of status. Deke says we should come to Australia. Great golf. I agree. Let's go.
Let's just Australian Open next year.
Let's do it. Let's do. World Cup was there last year. The World Cup of golf was there last year.
Harold won there in Australia.
Not at the World Cup, but
right?
Yes,
but at the Australian Open.
Yes. So he does have
That's how he got into
Bridgestone.
Yes,
a professional win. So, but this has been fun.
No, this has been super fun.
We should do this more often.
I know. Wine Wednesdays on the road.
Wine Wednesdays on the road. It's been fun. We appreciate you guys joining in. We like to do this, or I would like to do this in some capacity, hopefully, most Wednesdays. So.
Yeah, most Wednesdays, and playoffs are coming, especially in the off season. We need things to talk about in the off season.
So you guys need to send us your questions. Follow us on social media because you can send us your questions beforehand.
Yes.
Tell them where they can follow you, Mattie.
I'm just at Mattie
Mattie-Lou.
with T's, MATTIELOUC, and that's on everything.
Cool. All right. Well, thanks for joining in the conversation. Thanks for joining me.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers to Wine Wednesday. Thanks, guys.
Bye.